First of all, what does it mean for you to get in this saga, in this?
It meant a lot for me. I think personally, I've been working for 10 years now, and to finally get to the point where you know that you're going to be in a production where the budget can really help you tell the story. What I love about the pirate movies are the detail, the attention to detail. They built an entire town, and they had real dog extras and chickens and rats, and you know, just
they had rats.
yeah, they had rats that were really creepy. So to get to be a part of something like that, where you know that whatever idea the director has and whatever the actors want to create, it is possible. That to me was really, really exciting. I've never kind of had that opportunity before.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
I just love the world that we're creating. You know, I was a fan when I was a kid, and I used to love going to the cinema and just relaxing into this new dimension, you know. So to be a part of the latest movie in the franchise, and just to be in, you know, this movie, creating that world and an environment for people to get lost in, is really exciting.
Mm-hmm. It seems like somehow your character is like feminist in the way that she doesn't need the help. So you are like a team, and you're intelligent, you're brilliant, and I don't know, how do you see this? If it is much different than what we saw in some movies some years ago, if something is changing about this?
Yeah, I think it's quite unique that we have such a modernised character playing in the 17th century. I think it's very cool. A lot of times in these movies that are of this scale, you know, they can tend to write the female quite simple because they want to focus on the action, or they want to focus on a different element of the film. And I love that, you know, with this movie, with these huge characters and huge storylines, they still took the time to write out a really cool, well-rounded young woman who's kind of very determined and also flawed. You know, she's not perfect. She's funny. But she is a feminist, I think, purely because she believes that she's entitled to the same rights as anyone else, and to me that's what a feminist is. And she very much believes in herself, and she's very motivated and strong, and I loved being able to play that.
Mm-hmm. And have you have that feeling with another films and directors and scripts in general, that something is changing?
I think, yes, I think we're having more open conversations about the lack of interesting female characters, and that's very important. I think that everything begins with a conversation, with an open dialogue about it. And I think a lot of young women in my position as actors are feeling as though they can talk openly about the lack of work and you know, the right to be paid the same amount for the same job. And I think that's really exciting. We're in an exciting time right now. I think it's a conversation that will go on for a long time, and it should always be open. But it does feel like there is a shift right now, and I think people enjoy seeing interesting female characters. They do. They want to see this. Everyone does.
Mm-hmm. I want to know, what about going back to the place where you grew up in the shooting, because it was like the place where you went to school, and so I don't know if it was like that, and was it that like important for you or emotive?
Well, I grew up in Cairns, which is a little bit further north up the East Coast. But you know, we would go on holidays to the Gold Coast all the time, surf trips, camping trips, and so it was great to finally go back to the Gold Coast for a movie after traveling, you know, around the world for, you know, almost 8 years, doing movies all around the world, and a few in Australia, some in Western Australia and Sydney, but it was really cool going back up to Queensland, my home state, and working up there.
Mm-hmm.